Welcome to day 14. Congrats. This is our last day of week 2. So we are more than halfway through the course at this point. Today's focus is going to be emotional dumping. All right, so what does that really mean? Emotional dumping is just getting everything out from your head onto paper. All right, today's affirmation is this: I am aware of my emotions and allow myself to feel them. All too often, we beat ourselves up and we judge ourselves for being emotional, not being where we want to be yet. Right? But everyone's process is different. Right? So an example would be someone that's close to you passed on. And maybe it was expected, maybe it wasn't. You are going to handle that differently than other people. And so you have to just give yourself grace in going through all the stages. All right? If you feel like just crying it out because, then that's what you have to do. All right? No judgment. So today's activity, you have been working really hard at letting go and releasing what's no longer serving you. Today, I'm going to ask you to take an emotional inventory of a typical day. List the emotion. When did it occur? What was happening? And why do you think you felt that day? So as we're improving our overall well-being, our mindset, it's important to take notice because we can be on this emotional roller coaster. It all depends where you're at in your healing journey. So, all right, on the activity pages, you will notice, all right, there's 3 emotions, all right? So if you need to write in a separate journal, you can. There's a space for the emotion that came up, and there's space for you again to answer the when did it occur, what was happening, and why do you feel like this was coming up for you? All right. After you do that, all right, I would like you to reflect. Is your behavior healthy or is it unhealthy? Were they positive emotions or were they negative emotions? Use this space here to do an emotional dump, which is what I described at the start. What does that mean? It means just write everything out. No blaming, no reverting to a victim mentality. Just release any and everything on your mind. I find it best to do an emotional dump first thing in the morning. But it's up to you when you want to do that. This is also, again, you can take longer. I have this set up as an activity for every day, but it doesn't have to be for every day. You can take notice over a few days of your emotions and how you're doing, because we want to have that balance throughout our day, right? We don't really want to have high highs and low lows. We want to have that nice, happy balance. All right, so enjoy your emotional dumping and allow yourself grace. I'm going to say this one more time. I recall during my divorce, because I left a toxic, emotionally abusive relationship, and I had to give myself time to heal all that had transpired, that I actually wasn't even aware of, the things that I had been dealing with until I removed myself from the situation. And I just remember feeling, when am I going to get through this? I remember just every day crying and thinking, like, that I'm just not going to get through this. I'm never going to be normal again. I don't know how. I'm just going to move on from here. And I remember asking people that had gone through divorce, and they would say, oh, you'll get there, but I didn't get it at the time. And it's like that quote that says there's no, you can't just take the elevator. All right, you have to go up the stairs. Something like that. And basically, that means that there's no easy button to your emotions and to what has affected you and the way you feel. Your process and journey is different than others. And it's okay to have setbacks. Right? The idea of this is just to become aware. All right? And there will be times, there will be ebbs and flows, and you'll be good and you'll be feeling good, and then something triggers you and you find yourself right back to where you were. But you're not going to be the same person you were. So that's the purpose. That's the reason why we do this work. It's to grow. All right? It's to focus on being aware of, where we're at emotionally. And then so when those things come up in life, we have the coping skills. We are better able to handle those new things that happen in our life.